Hello again, everyone. Vince Shuta here for Shuta Multimedia, coming to you today from Scranton, Pennsylvania, outside the Vintage Theater, where we are attending a First Friday event. So, of course, it's Saturday. Here at Shuta Multimedia, we don't worry too much about the rules. You want to check it out with me? Let's go. Looks like we've definitely got some angry Chuck. Someone apparently is extremely mad at elk. I'm not entirely sure why. "24 hours of art, the vintage. Music, art, comedy, stage reading, yoga, vintage, improv, film, picnic. A picnic? Theater, free and open to all." And let us note.
She's my kind too, and I hate her. I despise her. I love him. I want to raise his children. I want to kill her. Yeah, I want to kill her. I want her to die. He's my soulmate. He's my soulmate. No, he's more than that. He's like my twin soul. He's just everything. He's my life. I can't breathe without him. I can't breathe with him. Soulmates, twin soul. Even if he is, this will not end well. And you know it won't. So, you know what I'm going to ask. Because you said you become friends outside of your specific relationship. We have. I mean, it's a small city. We see each other socially now. Oh, I know this is so screwed up. Damn it! No, I'm not gonna stop. I won't stop the therapy. I won't stop the socializing. And sometimes the only way I can even see him. Yes, I know. You won't stop. You're confusing the children, your daughter, his kids. What are they thinking? Who are you?
Okay, well, who do we have here today?
I'm Lori.
Lori, and this is?
Constance.
Constance. Now, Lori, I want you to explain something to me. Because I'm a little bit too shy to ask Constance. Why is Constance covered in icing?
Yeah, it's a bit of a story. Constance was playing the role of a kind of a fascist queen who demanded quite a bit of homage from her subjects and would send them to the dungeon if they were not obedient. And one of her most faithful, trusted guides and helper decided to poison her, and she died.
Oh!
And for some reason, though, she decided to embellish her with all kinds of festive cakes and icing, and they decorated her, and everyone came forward, and I thought it was like communion, actually.
Oh, really?
It was very reverent.
Oh, wow, that's...
As people came forward and decorated her, I was a little worried that you might suffocate, actually.
I am smelling like banana and chocolate as we speak.
But, and then she was awakened by a magic kiss from Connor, and everyone enjoyed having...
And you were terribly surprised to be covered in... Okay, so...
And what's interesting is because this has been like part of an ongoing series I do called iCONstance. And the character iCONstance always has a part of her that's censored. So in this specific piece, my lady in waiting, because I was playing iCONstance, Regina di Torte, which means the queen of cake. So when I came out to greet all of my loyal subjects, I was saying, "Hi, how are you?"
Okay.
Asking them how they were, and I was telling them, "You are my friend," and I was signing positive things to everyone, and I couldn't understand why people were responding to me the way they were.
And your lady in waiting was planting other things.
My lady in waiting was planting other things. That was kind of the script that unfolded, and she poisons me. So all my loyal subjects weren't loyal subjects because they were getting the wrong information. So these ongoing series are about, it's interesting about the communion, because the iCONstance actually does come from like scripture that I meditate on, and it has to do with how sometimes people look so much at the outside world that they don't see the spiritual side. They don't see that if my eyes were obscured and that I was signing friend, I didn't have a mean demeanor. I had a worried and confused demeanor. But people were listening to the person speaking for me. And this is a metaphor for what happens in life sometimes. People they're disconcerted because the routine doesn't go the way it normally does. And in another way, it's about an ongoing series of works that I've done about the objectification and degradation of women and what women do to one another. We think that we're friends with a group of people, but we have somebody behind our back or to our face who's translating us until they kill us and cover us. I'll say, oh, I love her. She's so sweet. She's so wonderful. So her icing my dead body was kind of a metaphor for what happens in society sometimes.
I can see that. I can see that.
And I'm in the remnants of.
Got the remnants
and
of
it's
the.
funny because I'm actually really, really, really cleaned up right now.
This is the improved.
How you were going to drive home.
I know, and I forgot a change of clothes.
That's well. Do you at least have like some sort of like vinyl seats, perhaps?
No, I have hefty bags.
Well, hefty, but that's just as good. That's just as good.
Pink.
And they're pink,
COVID
no less.
friendly for my snowballs.
Well, how is everything received?
I really.
That's more of a question here. When you're observing the art, we have heard from the artist now. Part of the art is how you're interpreting it, how you're feeling from it. Did you say, yeah, I kind of.
It was.
Are you immediately thinking of that one friend who has done this to you already?
No, I thought it was definitely
Hi, this
nothing.
is until tomorrow.
Yes,
Going
this is
into the
Right tonight.
the 24-hour show.
Marvelous. We'll see you later then.
Okay, awesome.
Excellent. I hope you can be here. And you too. Smile.
Thanks.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye-bye.
No, okay.
Anyway,
at any rate,
I felt a little intimidated myself. I didn't come forward to put icing on you because I don't know, I just was keeping the gate. And
I think that's
but
interesting.
others did, and others came very, very reverently and were
And
very
some not
careful.
so reverently.
I didn't see that there was a big crowd around you. So. Lovely job.
Just a large pie.
Sorry.
oh, you're good. It's capturing the feel, the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, some,
Oh, but I thought it was very interesting. I was fascinated by it. I know one gentleman did leave.
one gentleman bit my stomach.
Oh my heavens.
You're kidding.
Yeah, some people were eating me at the end.
Oh my heavens.
Well, that's vaguely disturbing.
It just shows the different style personalities. Like some people are really expressive and weren't intimidated.
You
to
didn't
tweet.
there's no
Some people
broken
were
skin.
just
We don't need to
content.
get any kind of mercurochrome kind of thing going here, do we?
No.
Did it hurt?
Not her, but it was like, oh, and I was trying to hold the pose.
Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, oh, this is just great.
Not that dead.
I'm not dead. It's okay.
That you would suffocate.
Personally, I don't know that I could bite a dead woman covered in icing. I wouldn't occur to me. But hey, listen, whatever
Well,
works.
the lady in waiting asked people to please eat the cake.
She was very good at
No, he's-
people like that.
And it's, again, like Liz, who did that, it was very, very impromptu.
Okay. We'll rotate up this way. There's more people coming through. We're going to try and adjust from here. So what's the final thought here? What do we take? What did you take from this? Constance, what did you take from your experience here? The way that people react? Because the way that people interact with you is always, you know, the most stunning part of all of your performance art.
Well, this one had a couple of glitches I didn't expect. So like Liz stepped forward and did impromptu because the person that was supposed to be here wasn't. So at the last moment, she stepped in, so she was doing everything impromptu. And she doesn't have really any acting background, and I thought she did a really great job. And I was shocked at the amount of participation, icing me and decorating me. And the comments, like some people were really funny, and then, and it's just strange because like when I was developing this project, it was kind of about how women are objectified to these like consumable objects to, you know, then be discarded. So it was funny that some people were being extremely reverent and careful and considering what should go where. And in one way I felt like I was a corpse in a wake. And some people, how they do at funerals, they, you know, they make jokes, they use humor.
And
So
it came
some
at
people,
the end. It was like after a while, after the eating started, actually, that's sort of, and that's how it is at a funeral too.
Right.
People they sit at the funeral dinner and they start telling stories and having some laughs and healing.
and I think the other thing too, I wanted to get people who were interacting that when you're an artist and you're creating something, there's a time where you kind of lose the object. You're not, like if you're drawing a person, you don't think of the person, it's just curves and lines. And I think some people started responding to the creative process of decorating.
You became an abstract.
I became the cake. I became a cake. I was no longer human. I was just a cake. And I chose cake because cake decorating is something that women do worldwide. And it's a way we celebrate or show someone we care.
Well, who do we have here today?
Michelle Morgan.
Michelle! And who's the guy in green?
I'm James.
James and Michelle.
Yes.
Now, are you a team or just happen to be standing next to each other?
We're
We're a team.
We're team players.
Okay, now explain to me. We have a team here, and we have a woman covered in icing. Now, how did the two relate?
Constance and what she's doing, and when I asked her the question that I did, I thought it was amazing what she's doing right now as a performance artist, and the fact that she's sort of, in a way, and with rituals almost. And I'm a big fan of rituals. I like Georges Bataille. Did you ever hear of him? Oh my God, girl. We're gonna cake later. But no, I love the idea of a ritual, and I love the way that you did it. And it's not very serious. Like, it's not something you would walk into and be afraid of. It's something that it's fun, but it has very serious connotations under it being fun.
And I thought Constance was amazing because she kept her composure the whole time. And you have all these people pouring cake and Twinkies and icing all over you. And really, you have to stay there and not move. The girl didn't flinch. I thought she might be dead.
Well, the goal was to pretend she was dead.
She was so good. And I'd love to see Constance and a performance piece again.
Oh,
and
definitely.
hopefully we get to see her art pieces get back on the road again as well.
Most excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time and for talking with us today.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
My name is Katie, and I'm an intern here, social media.
And
My name is Kara, and I'm one of the other social media interns here for the Vintage.
yeah, a pair of social media interns. Now, these are my people here. We're talking, you know, all about the whole internet kind of thing. This is headed to YouTube, so and certainly we'll hopefully can cross-link me on wherever you want to go here. We'll try and get the word out as much about what's going on at the Vintage Theater. But what is going on here at the Vintage Theater?
24 hours of art.
We're having a 24-hour art festival where we have all different kinds of performances and acts come in, everything from improv to comedy to a play reading, and we're going to have music within a couple, like a few minutes and things like that. So
We're also having like constructed drawing and yoga lessons.
painting, basically every form of art imaginable is here right now.
Most excellent, most excellent. Now, for the people who are seeing this video, they're probably missing this 24 hours, but this is becoming an annual thing, people are hoping?
This is our second annual vintage, 24 hours of art at the Vintage. But however, they're gonna keep on the tradition each year.
And you can see similar kind of wonderful art every first Friday, correct?
Yeah.
This is something that we crank up on the first Fridays just to, you know, for that evening. It's a great time out in Scranton, and there's all kinds of wonderful, you know, creative kind of things going on here at the Vintage. That's wonderful.
Yeah. This actually started off with First Friday yesterday. We had a couple of artists who are displaying their art here today. They put up some of their stuff during the gala hours, and we had an event, just kind of a meet and greet for the artists and things like that. And then this morning around noon, so that's when we fully started off the event with all different kinds of stuff.
Excellent, most excellent. Well, I know you guys are busy. You're setting up here for the evening's festivities, and this goes all night long?
Yes.
It goes until noon tomorrow.
Wow. So we got planned about 4:30.
4:30, let's see what we got. We have a movie showing at 4:30.
Impressive.
Yep. It's like we've got a whole schedule right here.
And hopefully coffee.
Oh yes, definitely a lot of coffee.
Excellent.
I heard there was gonna be breakfast tomorrow, so.
We're gonna have a nice picnic at around like 8 or 9 o'clock for everybody who's coming in, being an early bird.
Wow. Well, it sounds like it's a great full weekend kind of event going on. Well, thank you so much for your time
Thank you.
and for all your efforts with this.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'll let their butt off.
Boy, there's no other way it could happen. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And all that was really great, but we have to add a sad little twist to this video, in that as I was editing this video, the Vintage announced that it will close its doors. That is correct. It is no longer going to be open after August 30th, but there is a goodbye party on August 30th at 6 p.m. at the Vintage, and they still have some events running until then. If you check out their Facebook page, you know, we'll put that up here. There we go. We'll put that up, and you can check that out and see what they have going on for the rest of the month. And after that, we just have to thank them for all the wonderful art and their contributions to the culture of mankind that they have given us over the years. So thank you very much to the Vintage, and for all you've done. I'm sure that the artists of the Vintage will continue, because art's one of those force of nature kind of things. It just keeps going no matter what the situation is. So thanks again to the Vintage, and I'm Vince Shuta for Shuta Multimedia. Have a great day, everyone.